Will you pray with me? God, who has been with us through the ages, you have borne witness to the ways in which the story of us, of all that has come into being, has been woven together piece by piece, life by life. Be with us today as we honor that story. Today we commemorate our saints, people of faith who carried and passed on our faith stories to us, and individuals who followed God's call, both within Christianity and outside our tradition. We include among the commemorated those who were formally bestowed sainthood, as well as unnamed and everyday saints. Later in the service, you'll be invited to speak aloud the names who have pointed you toward the sacred, who've carried you along in your faith, as well as those saints who died in the struggle for justice, working to bring God's realm here on earth. We all also acknowledge today and lift up the particular saints that are known to us, our loved ones who in death have moved somehow into the nearer presence of God. We recognize today that it is because of the saints who have gone before us that we are. Those who loved us, who lived simple lives that pointed toward your love, God, we would not be if not for them. Those who have struggled for justice, who have given so that others might live more freely, we would not be if not for them. Death is not something we often acknowledge or talk about in our culture. We tend to keep it at a distance, avoid bringing up the names of those who have passed on. But today we hold sacred space to hear the names of loved ones and remembered ones spoken aloud, lighting candles as we do so. In community, we celebrate the ways in which death both parts us and rejoins us in the great cosmic whole. Our church community on this side of the veil celebrates the cloud of witnesses, raindrops too numerous to count, on the other side of the veil, now joined with God. Let us celebrate together the communion of saints. Steve Old Coyote. Marilyn Crawford. Terry Detmer. Rich Hammett. Jack Fleming. Brad George. Ray George. Patrick McCarthy. David Taylor. Mike Butler. Tina Hancock Warwick. Anne DeVries. We remember now those already named who have loved us, those who nurtured us, embraced us, celebrated us, or supported us. We are because they were. In remembrance and gratitude, we name now the saints who have shaped our lives and being, some who may be listed here and some who we know in our own hearts. I invite you, as the candle is lit, to speak them aloud or from your heart as we light a candle for them all. In remembrance and gratitude, we now name the saints who pointed us toward the sacred, who wrote books and created art and built this church and created places of community and worship, sometimes against great odds. I invite you to speak their names aloud or from your heart as we light a candle for them all.
Virginia Johnson.
And in thanksgiving for their labors, sometimes unseen in their lifetimes, we name the saints who hungered for righteousness, who struggled for justice and joy, whose sacrifices have contributed to a more just society that reflects the kingdom of God. I invite you to speak those names now aloud or from your heart as we light a candle for them all. We also hold in remembrance the ones whose lives were taken by injustice. Manuel Ellis. The ones who were severed from their own sense of belovedness. Those who gave us art, gave us song, gave us poetry. We are because they were. At this time, you are invited to stand, if you're able, and light candles of your own in memories of ones departed. There are unlit candles lined up on all of the windowsills. If you choose to light a candle, please tilt the unlit candle toward the flame as it sits flat on the windowsill. So you pick up the unlit candle. Let us take a moment to remember our departed ones.